doors, huh? Okay, doors. Swing.
What is good, my crazies, y'all? Y'all, welcome back to Lab Lee here. Yes, you saw that title, man. We got a little bit of a trip report, and happy 420, 419-ish, 20-ish. You know how that works. Yesterday was actually 419, the day Albert Hoffman actually discovered LSD, 1943. Actually, I think that's the wrong date. It's like 60 something, but next, and then today is 420, and why not kind of just get in here, smoke something real quick with y'all, and kind of talk to you about my trip yesterday. Really fun. Watched Ghostbusters and the new one, and it was hilarious. But before we get this going, big cheers. Crazy trip. I hope everybody's having a great stony day, by the way. Oh man, gotta love 420, man. National Stoner Holiday. That's kind of what actually got me on YouTube, was the WeedTube area a couple years ago, way back years ago. And man, we started going live, and we started at 4:20 in the morning at 4:20, and man, I think we smoked all day live, and it was a pretty cool experience at that time. That was fun, but we're not here to talk about that experience. Oh man, my trip report a little bit. I took 300 UG. That was what my tab was, my little tab, which was amazing. If you don't know 300 UGs, that's a good fucking trip. But I decided to watch motherfucking excuse me. I decided to watch Ghostbusters, the new one, Afterlife. And if you haven't seen this movie is amazing. It's phenomenal. If you're an old 80s fan, old Ghostbusters fan, the original, you will love this movie more than you know, just because it was probably one of these movies that needed to just be made. I saw it in the theater, and it brought me back to that whole nostalgia of that Ghostbusters back in the day. But as I'm watching, I'm turning it on, and no spoiler alerts or anything like that. I'm not going to try to, but we're sitting there and I'm watching it, and it gets going, and it starts off. And if you have seen it, if you haven't seen it, they end up going to this lady's dad's house because he passed away. Basically, it was kind of, I call it Disneyland in a way, or Disney's house, or Boo. I don't know if anybody's remember watching Monsters Inc. and Boo, and he always used to get scared by Sully and Mike Wazowski, and it was just kind of how I pictured the house. Yeah, I don't know anyways, but more scary. I don't know why it was scarier, but it was kind of since they got to the house, and the main character, the daughter in the movie, she she's pretty much the scientist of thing, but it was crazy watching it. It was like she was Boo becoming a Ghostbuster, realizing all the ghosts and ghost stories were real, and like she was prepared to be in the trip while watching this movie. It was like she was preparing for about to catch motherfucking Mike Wazowski. I'm about to catch Sully too. It was crazy. And it was like all the 80s characters, you in my mind, in that movie, how it turned out, because that's what I saw visually. It was like all the old 80 movies, the Chucky's, the Care Bears. It was weird. It was like they were all ganging up on Walt Disney and all those characters of the day. Now it was hilarious. That's kind of how my trip was with, but it was so weird, and seeing and going through, and if you've ever been on an LSD trip, or any kind of trip, any kind of psychedelic, if you can get, and you let your mind go, you can get on that pattern where you're in the system, you're part of it. And it was just amazing, the part where they find the ghost trap, and he sees the smoke. It's like, this motherfucker is real. And it was like when the smoke was coming out of the ghost trap, my whole vision, everything, me and everything kind of went into it too. Like I was that piece of smoke, and it threw me around. It was crazy. It basically, it shows you in the sense that really we are kind of like meat puppets. Our bodies and our ancestors, us, we're just freaking walking around meat puppets. We're just, our conscious, our eyes and our mind is really what's dragging us along, through it, what makes this what it is. But it's also, it was so weird when she was fixing the proton pack. You can feel her changing the discs in your mind and changing it and putting the little thing. It was fucking awesome. And then let alone with the fucking proton pack, when she shot it and it turns on that. Amazing. Cheers. But it was also like this upload of this old memories, all these memories that I have. All these memories that I have and had back in the past. And it was kind of like my mind's been on the Mandela Effect, these conspiracy theories. And it was kind of like this, it's like, you're right, your Mandela Effects, the stuff that you're seeing, your memory is not fucking false. That's your memory. And it kind of reloaded myself into that memory, that past dimension we got wiped out. But as well as it also shows you, this movie shows you that kind of there was a time rip in a time when everything was starting to hit the fan. It was weird. But it talks about the Illuminati, talks about lizard people. It is just amazing. And then let alone the goddamn state puffs, the little state puffs was just, it felt like I was one of those state puffs. It was just so cozy and cute. It's like I was just a marshmallow. And then it was just amazing. It just that feel, that story of just, I guess, the afterlife and the present and the past. It's, we as a society, as human beings, as a consciousness, we put memories and thoughts, we remember stuff in our mind that we want to remember from pictures, moments, smells, sounds, taste, and it only takes certain little things of that to restart that memory. And this is exactly what this movie did. It rebooted, it reloaded the memory that I have in my past, re-pop it to my memory, and it reboosted and got all that other nonsense crap that's going on, through this whole system, out of the system. And it was just wonderful. It was amazing. And then, let alone, end of the movie, like I said, I'm not spoiling anything. You gotta watch it. Just when it happens, when Sewell goes down and goes there, it happens. It goes down. The proton packs go wild. The traps open. So it was like every piece of bad energy, bad soul, ghost, stupid juju, whatever you want to call it, sucked out. And it was amazing. And it was something that I needed at the time too, as well, because what I'm kind of going through mentally with my mother, because her health is not as it should be. I mean, she's home now, but she's on an oxygen tank, and it's going to be a long road ahead, and with everything that's going on, it's kind of part of that preparing set, get that mind, all that bad fucking energy that just the worst shit, get it out of you, and it's what I needed. And I don't always suggest people doing those kind of things under moments and pressures like that, because that's something that can throw a whack any trip. But it was something I needed. And then let alone to watch Ghostbusters, the new one, Afterlife. It's just, I love Ghostbusters. I'm an 80s kid, and that's amazing to me. And I needed it. I needed that release, and who couldn't? You can't complain about that. It's sometimes you need something that you need, and then just thinking about how they were just the whole mindset, the whole premise of this trip is a movie part of it, and I don't know, maybe that's part, that's part of the system of these movies that do. These movies are meant to be tripped to. They're meant to go on those kind of journeys. It's a trip. It's supposed to be, and but that whole concept of fucking Boo and all the other characters, that are, weren't really part of Disney, screwed over or whatever, but just trying to go after like the ghost and Sully and all that. It was hilarious after Chuck. It was hilarious to me, just the thought pattern of it. It just fucking crazy. Man, craziness. But that was my little trip report. That's from yesterday. Cheers. But, I will say it is amazing. And, if this is, thank y'all for the love and support y'all are showing this channel right now. We gained like 114 subscribers within like 7-8 days. It's fucking crazy. That is amazing. Thank you. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are wonderful. With that said too as well, I kind of want to get into more of this Mandela Effects and conspiracy theories conversations. I think the conversation is really awesome because I think there is something to it that we are missing and misinformed. And I like people's opinions of what they remember, what we remember, because, like I said, it takes, not just us, but it takes the village, the city, the world to figure out the answer to what we have in hand. And maybe, we can click memories in somebody else and memories in us. Who knows? Oh, man, that's great. Other than that, I'm out of here, man. Great 420 ramble. I hope you enjoyed the trip report. I hope you keep enjoying the channel like you are. Man, please let me know what you think. Till then, man, y'all stay high. Y'all keep that mind open because those eyes will see everything in front of them. Man, love y'all.
Hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.